Nightclub in here.
We're gonna do it to like dance music.
Talking about the disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, maybe not the best
a
thing.
child dying. What's that like? Oh my God.
Well, the first script was from Connor's point of view. And then I've known Ned Benson for a long time, the writer and director, and he asked me if I'd like to play Eleanor Rigby. I said, absolutely. I said, but I want to know what happens to her. Where does she go? I'd like to hear more of her voice. And so he wrote her, which is Eleanor Rigby's perspective of the events. And it was a beautiful experience because every day we would talk about the scenes he was developing, the characters he was adding. He would ask me questions about sisters, what sisters were like. And I definitely was very happy to be part of that collaboration. Definitely a family feeling on the set. We've been friends for 10 years, Ned, Cassandra, Jess, and I. And I think that kind of like bled into the other characters. James, who we just met on this project, and now feels like he's part of our group because he's the easiest guy to get along with in the world, but that was the vibe we had on set. When I was doing research for the character, I read a lot of interviews about women who'd lost children, and I read a common theme that I found for women who had lost a child was the idea of reinvention and erasing and starting over again, fresh. When she's faced with this tragedy and she realizes she can't just forget it and move forward, move through it, she then tries to erase her history, erase her face, because her face reminds her of her child. She puts the black on her eyes, she cuts her hair off. There's something about her that is prickly and hard because she's going to move forward as a different person. But the question she faces is, what happens to the relationships you had prior to your reinventions? How do they now fit into your life? You know what? I just thought about it like, okay, I'm playing two different characters, to be honest. I play, in Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, her, I play Eleanor Rigby. And in him, I play Connor's perception of Eleanor Rigby. So I started for myself with who she really was. And then when I was in his film, I said, how can I serve the character? She's more mysterious, she's more of an enigma, he doesn't understand her, she feels cold and distant. I tried to create that for the perception. Well, you know, I know that I want to be involved with characters that have their own story. You know, of course there should be a strong male character, but then that means there should also be a strong female character, and she should not be there just to serve the male story. So I'm interested in telling stories about women, for men. And yeah, I love the idea of you know, working with first-time directors and working with directors from all over the world.
Can I take one quick photo for the Instagram? Is that all right? Sorry.
You gonna tag me? Chastine?
Is that your tag?
Yeah.
Sorry. Ooh, I should be more prepared.
It's
okay.
okay.
Done. Sorry.
Do you want?
Pose if you feel like you need to. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So lovely chatting.